Oh man!
Hi there, we're Beau and Brandy, and along with our salty dog Oona, we live here on our floating home Saoirse. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to take a second to hit the subscribe button to follow along. And a big thanks to all of our patrons. You truly make this production possible. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Since we're so far north of the pier, there's a ton of dive spots around us. One that really caught our eye is a sunken tugboat. It looks really cool. Brandy did a bunch of research on it. It'd be something different to go look at.
So the place that we're heading to is Butler Bay, and that is where this wreck is. Now they sunk 3 ships there to help with an artificial reef. The tugboat was sunk in 1986. It's 100 and, what did I say it was, 77 feet?
75.
It's 75 feet. And then there's a 144-foot trawler, and they also sunk a 300-foot oil rig. So those are about 300 yards off of the coastline, but some of them are in 50 to 70 feet of water, which is why we're going to be doing the tug. It's in the least amount of water, and since we free dive, that's where we can go. So we haven't done a wreck in a really long time. I think this will be a good day.
Chilly sky crispy. Push the curtain once away. I'm hanging out here. I've been watching you. You've been watching me too, right? Breathe out, breathe in.
How? Oh crap.
We are gonna go and visit a farm strictly run off solar and the sun and a very small footprint. So we're really excited about seeing this. Here in St. Croix, it has been gorgeous. We're really happy that we're here. So let's go meet some of the locals. All right, let's go.
Right now, because people are concerned about food shortages and things like that and supply chain, we're double planting everything we plant and we give the other half to the community.
Meet Mike. founder and visionary behind Farm in a Pod.
We'll be swapping out that one that I'm testing in the shop for that.
And this is Beecher, the mad scientist turning all of the ideas into reality.
I feel like we should hand you the camera.
Together, they are on a mission to revolutionize the agricultural industry. Oh, and this is Gus, the cutest little mascot. We actually think he might be the one who's running the show.
And so this is the first one. This one is built in that parking lot in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's a shipping container with a greenhouse on top. When we do have fish and we're running aquaponics, then those are basically the engine. So the fish eat the food. I don't know if I have it eating here, but it's pelletized fish food in general. Then they make waste. That waste is basically liquid gold. It's, you know, it's fish emulsion like you'd buy at $40 an ounce from a garden store. Only we churn out gallons and gallons and gallons a week. And that water gets pumped up to the plants. The plants then sort of take that water using healthy bacteria that are in the towers, and they break that down. In the last minute, the plants sort of pull out the absorbable nutrients, and they're cleaning the water back to the fish. So we're creating a symbiotic relationship, much the way that like a pond with fish and the plants that are growing all around a pond. It's a very happy, close to nature, you know, system. And so in everything that we do, we're always trying to mimic nature, because then it means less for us to control. Nature's already got it figured out. So all we have to do is figure out the little things and then make it easy to operate, and then it all sort of comes together. What we find is that, what is it, 2 or 3 years is the average life of an aquaponic farm?
Yeah.
And it's because most people who set them up and run them, if they don't have the experience or whatever it is, but they'll miss small repetitive tasks that snowball into bigger issues. So
at first they're like really on it.
Yeah.
They're super into it, and then they start to lose interest a little bit.
Right.
And then little things start going, and
all of a sudden you've
The
got
balance
pH
is off.
spikes and there's too much dissolved solids in the water, and something's crashing and the oxygen's gone, and you're like, what happened? It's like a lot of things happened. But so our goal is to automate those little tasks so that you're always successful with it, because it just makes people, you know, bonkers, and we need our stuff to work every time.
so out in the farm pod, one of those repetitive tasks that you have to do all the time is do a cleaning cycle on your rows. Ultimately, you'd like to do that twice a day. So with this here, this will actually do all that. So we just have the code on this little card. This pie runs the relays, and then opens and closes those valves at the right time throughout the day.
We need one of these. This is what I want for our boat. It smells amazing. It smells so good in here.
Seriously, feel free to taste everything. There's no chemicals on any of it. So
Basil?
yeah, try the basil. It's okay to pull it. Yeah.
You've got the
So
GoPro
fresh.
running in front of me, Beau.
Sorry. So
That basil
fresh.
is nuts though.
Oh, so much flavor. That is
Pick at
awesome.
that fresh
My turn.
taste. If you're a dill fan,
Oh, I love dill. I
right
love dill.
here.
All right. Oh man, that's so good. Wow.
Good dill, right?
So this thing can take up to 11 kilowatts of solar, or a mix of solar and wind. I actually have one of these running my house. I'm fully off grid. So I have this with 6 of these batteries.
Okay.
These are 3.8 kilowatt lithium ions.
Okay.
So, you know, that
They're
gives
great
us
then.
like, you know, 6 kilowatts of usable power, which is plenty to run our pump, which draws 160 watts an hour.
Okay.
Our biggest load is the AC, but even that's running probably between 300 and 600 watts once it's up and running.
That's pretty efficient.
The nice thing about what we run is our inverters will run on, they'll run off regular mains power, they'll run off regular solar panels, they'll run off wind if you want, they'll run off generator, they'll auto start. So it's a very versatile thing. You can kind of plug anything in and go use the most efficient one first.
Right.
Right now, we're actually working on designing a system that will help any island become fully food independent. In the US Virgin Islands, we import 99.2 roughly % of all of our produce. To the tune of like $2 billion a year almost. So if we can just grow that food locally using a lot of technology, whether it's outside stuff, whether it's farm pods, whether it's people building giant greenhouses, whatever gets the food here is what's important. And then it keeps the money local. So it changes the entire economic outlook of an island. Instead of relying on tourism, we're saying, no, we're growing our own food. For every, if we don't import $1 billion in produce, we don't export $1 billion in dollars. We're trying to connect with the community on it and just really make it accessible to everybody. We're putting them with farmers, we're putting them in, the schools and all that stuff, but it really needs to be for everybody.
And even with the schools teaching through it as well.
Yeah, turning them into the STEM classrooms and allowing kids to learn, and hopefully, you get a kid that comes up and plants a tower like this, they're going to be the ones that are saying, I'm going to eat that, nobody else gets it, instead of saying, please eat your vegetables, because they grew it.
Yes.
And if they grow it and they watch it on their smartphone, they seem to keep their attention on it.
Yeah.
And so this kind of marries it all together and makes it so the kids are excited. Thank you so much.
Bye, buddy. While Beau is off walking Oona, I am taking the pleasure to try to make a dinner using all of the herbs that we got from Mike and Beecher at Farm in a Pod. It smells so amazing in here. So what I've come up with is we had some chicken. I'm gonna make a pulled shredded chicken with some basil, the nice, yummy, fresh, smelling basil. We're gonna add that to a keto tortilla, which I'm mixing up here. It's just coconut flour, some coconut milk, Oona and Beau are back, eggs, and a little pinch of xanthium gum to hold it all together. But if you wanted to, you could use gelatin. If you guys want that recipe, be sure to check out the link below because we are going to post it in our Patreon page. Free for everybody to see.
Oh, what you doing?
I'm making dinner.
Oh, it smells awesome. Man, those herbs. Oh, I love this basil.
So I need you to make your famous mayonnaise.
It's famous?
Yes, to me. But we're gonna add all the herbs to it. Not the mint.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
That'd be weird. But I think for the mint, we should make a kind of a non-alcoholic mojito. Lime and mint. We can muddle it up. We can put some
garlic in the mayonnaise?
Yes. I thought you were gonna say put garlic in the mojitos. Gross, no. So, all right. I am going to set you guys down and let me finish cooking these tortillas.
Everything electrically that's run off of Saoirse is powered by the sun and our huge solar panels. The biggest draw was our induction stove.
But man, if we could live in one of those things.
Oh wow, yeah. I liked how that they made the pod capable of powering your house.
Yeah. What I really enjoyed was seeing that they were able to do it in schools and have it as a learning program too, because I know from having nieces and nephews, if they were to grow it, they're going to be so much more proud and be the ones who are going to want to eat that vegetables.
So what do you think of our induction stove?
I mean, I wish it was more efficient. I love the power behind it. I love that it cooks like that. I remember when we first got it, I went to my sister's house and she has a regular just glass top electric stove, and I'm like, why is it taking so long for this water to boil? But yeah, I love our stove. I just wish it was a little more efficient on the draw.
That was one thing that was cool about the pod. Everything that they put in the pod was the most efficient that they could find. And they made it to where it's completely off-grid. Their inverter could handle 11 kilowatts. That could easily run somebody's house. So that's another cool thing about it. They said that, yeah, we would love for these things, to be self-sufficient and then get people to start living off the grid. Well, my mayonnaise broke.
You sound like my grandma.
My mayonnaise broke. Doesn't happen often, but it'll still be a good herby dressing. Sometimes these things happen. It actually helps when you put the egg in the fridge for like maybe an hour, half an hour. Helps cool it down. Then typically will get thick, but not tonight. You okay with broken mayonnaise?
I'm fine. I think we should just pour it right on top of the chicken and call it a day. Oh, wow. Okay. That is kind of runny, huh?
Told you.
But we'll just kind of mix it together and let it settle. And we'll throw it on the...
Yeah, it looks... Yeah, it'll be fine.
Woo! Let's see, though. Mmm.
It's good?
Oh my gosh, that's really good. All those herbs. Mm. The dill. That really comes out.
I put a lot of dill in that thing.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yes.
Should we put some onions?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what about some nutritional yeast?
Mm-hmm. For those who are lactose intolerant and love cheese.
This stuff is amazing. Yummy and high in vitamin B. And when you're not keto, it tastes great on popcorn. It's like a nice nacho taste on top.
We don't know that from experience.
No.
Not at all.
Let me see. Yum.
Can't wait.
Look at these.
Ooh. Fancy.
We even have ice. We stopped and got ice so we could have some. Ooh. Yummy. This is lime, mint, stevia, and salsa water.
Yeah.
So easy. So refreshing.
Alright, let's try this food out.
Let's chow down. Mmm, that's good. Mmm. Oh, we put the peppers in there.
Yeah.
Mmm, that's a good addition.
Very fresh.
Mmm. So good.
Can't get any fresher than this.
We want to give a shout out to our friend Alexandra, who I've met over on Instagram, our fellow traveler of the world. She's the one who actually got us in contact with Farm in a Pod. She used to work with them here, and I'm so glad that we were able to go out and check out this amazing facility and be able to enjoy on what they produce. It's just something unique to us because we do enjoy living off the grid, and it's nice to see other people coming up with different sort of ideas and solutions. You know, that was one thing that I think he said was he was looking for a solution, and he created this, and there's just so much that they can do with it, and we're so happy to have been able to meet them and experience it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, give us a thumbs up, you know, subscribe, comment. If you guys share. If you guys have any questions about our solar setup or anything with Farm in a Pod, be sure to leave any questions below. We'll be sure to direct them to the right person. And also, if you guys want to support more of our production, feel free to check out our Patreon page, and especially if you want these recipes. We'll be posting them in there. All right. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Without my love for the